Hey, you fuck faces. It's been a really long time since I've done a video, about 6 months. So I thought I'd do an update and also reveal two of my indicators and show you a little trick that I use. And immediately my cat comes running over. Why? Also, my chair seems to be very short, and I have the saturation level turned up all the way. So I will be down here. I'm trying to sit up straight. So where have I been? Quit my job, set in motion a military PTSD spiral from which there was no escape, used up all my savings and every bit of money I had, was weeks away from being homeless, and I just happened to apply for military disability for PTSD, thinking I'd get a little bit of help, and those motherfuckers approved me for 100% permanent and total, I think is what P&T stands for. So I got the maximum amount, which saved my life basically. So now I have time to trade and I have money to trade. So I worked on the system. I got the system perfected. My only problem is that I didn't have a scanner that would show me anything in time. I was always saying, oh, if I'd seen it, that would have been perfect. So I finally paid a shit ton of money and got a scanner I wanted. And ever since then, basically, I haven't lost a trade. I've had like 2 break-evens, but other than that, it's like I have a magic seeing stone. I'll show you. Basically, I had like an entry for here. Got that amount. Like everything. Just picture it like a week back. Like somewhere around here. Somewhere around here. And it could have just been that the whole market, it's too early to tell. Maybe the whole market was just like you couldn't pick a wrong stock. But like all of them is like get in around here. No matter what I picked, get it around here. I mean, they all look very similar, so I'm like hesitant. Like maybe I just picked a whole bunch of individual stocks that were like similar. Like honestly, this way back here, that would have been nice. I forget if I got out of that one or not. But anyway, back here, it's like it's every single one. Maybe a day or two of like not taking off, but then like 100% they would go. Back here, I mean these are further up the list, so it's like further back. Here, so we'll see. But yeah, I don't have the money yet because like I said, I was basically at zero. I was borrowing, selling everything I could. I was mowing lawns for handfuls of change. Like anything I had, I spent just to stay in this house. Like I was just waiting to be homeless. It's like, all right, that's everything I have. So I have to. They're paying me a crap ton, but I have to fix everything I allowed to break and let the money build up again. But this should be nice. Also, there's a stipulation with 100% P&T that you can't make more than like poverty level wages. Otherwise, you're proving that you don't need 100% because you can support yourself. So if I accidentally do too well in the stock market, they might see that and be like, oh, well, you can support yourself. So I have to make sure that I don't earn more than like 10 grand in a year. But that's not a problem I'm dealing with right now. But if this thing really is successful, that might be a future problem. But yeah, just here again, like maybe this was just a bull market and you couldn't have been wrong. So we'll see. Last week, I mean, it kept me out. Everything was like this was last week for well, not that one. For like every stock did that last week, and my scanner didn't give me a single one, so it kept me out of the bullshit. You can get on my Twitter for proof. I called out every single one of these, and then I'd post the result. But anyway, the reason for this video is just to show you one of the things. One, some indicators I use and how you can use them. But 2, like a trick I've learned. So here's the tech and the semiconductor ETFs, tech and Soxel. They're basically the same thing. Like you don't even need to, but they're the same. So this is MACD, this is RSI. I don't even remember what this one's called. This one's Z-score. And then this one's like the Wadar. I always make fun of it because I can never pronounce it, but it's volume. Wadara Tar Explosion or something. But basically, I put this on Twitter as well, is that not only can you trade using only RSI and MACD, you can trade without even looking at the chart. Like, just look at this and see the patterns. Like, the market, right, it's the expansion and the contraction over and over again, like a jellyfish, right? So you look at, boom, big green volume, tiny red squeeze, right? There's the contraction. See these little tiny volumes. Boom, big green, back to the volume, back to the red. Red volume, green, and you look at which one has more power, basically. So you can, I'm trying to point, but the shit keeps popping up. So you go from huge to medium bear volume to medium buying power to like they're even here, so you know that there's like a reversal coming. Tiny green amount, so you'd still get in like huge green, medium red, and as soon as that ended, I'm just gonna put my thing up here and look down at the thing. Look down here. So as soon as you see that ending and the green starting, you buy. That's all you have to do. This is a really easy, I mean, you can throw in the MACD and the RSA if it makes you feel better, but you can just learn to trade from the clusters of volume, basically. So medium volume. If this was huge red volume, you'd be a little wary because that'd be like a sign that the bears are winning. But as soon as that's done, you could have gotten in here and still made some, but then you notice that the buyers are dying off and the sellers are winning out. So this is like the big first sign, like smaller green, bigger red. So like the sellers are finally winning. And then the two, this is what I use these two indicators for basically, is to know if it's in an uptrend or downtrend. So go all the way back here. Basically, you can use the red and the green. I like to use when the Z-score passes through the line. And then also when, like, I consider this, the edge of this, that's the line it crosses through. See how that crosses through? Not the red and the green again, but you can use the red and the green. So this is all red, 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 down below. Big blob is down below. Crosses up through, a little bit of green, crosses through this line, retests it, and goes like this. This is like your official confirmation, and with all the green volume, you know you're in an uptrend now. So all this back here is nonsense. So over here, when you see the MACD doing this, crossing up, end of the red volume, and you check these two to see, are we still in an uptrend? So green blobs on this side of the line, we're good. This one crossed, but only for like this is the full extension of the downward momentum. So it just barely crossed, now it's coming back up again. Anyway, the big one that I wanted to point out, and I want to see if it's true for tech and semiconductors, because it looks like, at first glance, you might think like, okay, this would be a good time to buy, because this, right, MACD is going to cross, RSI going to cross, end of the red volume. But there's a couple of red flags. The perfect setups are ones like this. It breaks out, and you can call it a retest or whatever, but the downward momentum, the selling volume, can't break the left shoulder. So as long as it ends anywhere above the shoulder, the left shoulder, you're still good for another run. The perfect one usually bounces right off of the shoulder. So that's still good. But this one, selling volume took it all the way down past the left shoulder. That's like your red flag number one, because that means it has to break through the shoulder if it's going to keep going further. Two, like I said, the red volume's taken over the green volume. That's another sign that it's about to enter down. These two here both show, all right, boom, going through, red, red, red. It's probably going to do a pull-up test and then come back down. But the big one, it's the easiest, just get the MACD, and the MACD signal line crossing the zero line is like your official sign. So boom, that's like, okay, we're in an uptrend. And you'll notice it's got the ups and the downs and all that shit, but the yellow line stays above the zero line. So crosses here, goes up, and you see it's above. That's a good entry. Okay, that's good. Does it again, comes back down, crosses above, but it's still way above, so you know that's another good entry. But this last one, from here to here, that was our bull run. Now we're crossing down below the zero line again. that doesn't necessarily mean it will 100% go down, because if it just crosses barely and then gets the upward momentum again, it can just easily cross through. But generally, from here to here, that's your bull, and the cross through is going to be your first instance indicator that you're entering a bear market. So this is going to, it's showing all the, the MACD cross. It's going to pull up. There's going to be a pull up. But the thing is, my prediction, see if it plays out, is it's going to be, because you can tell by the angle, it's kind of tilted. So it's not going to make it all the way up to the left shoulder. It'll probably end up somewhere around here. Like, see how the head and shoulders is tilted sideways. But anyway, so this is showing up. So it will go up, probably to about here. Shit, I'll even put, where's my thing? Suddenly I'm blanking on where everything is. Let's put it like right here. God damn it. I'll draw it straight out. Is there even a fib level that we can use? Oh my god, that lined up perfectly. I am some kind of mastermind. So it'll bounce in between the key zones here in the middle. Get rid of that. I am like a wizard. That's my prediction for tech and semiconductors. Everyone's going to be talking about how, oh, get in now, it's going up by blah, 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 blah. It bounced off the whatever line. But due to crossing below the signal, even the RSI like is kind of the same. Like the signal, it crossed here and here, so it can show, and it stayed above the zero line, but it's not as good as the MACD. But boom, this showed a bear. Boom, this showed a bear. Selling volume showed a bear. So we're going to see a little bit of green here for like this far. Like probably about as much as that. And then it's going to go bah, and the main move down is going to be after that. And then while you're doing that with the MACD, you can also look for divergences, which is my, I mean, you can just trade with just these. I have 20 indicators, and all of them are better than this one. This is my least useful, but you could absolutely trade off of just this. Like, all these I'm looking at right now, they're not very good, because look at the MACD divergence. So here's a bottom. Nah, it's a shitty bottom. But basically, here's the bottom here, and it's even on the MACD, maybe even a little bit down, but it's up there. So there's a divergence. There's a through the signal line. There's the blobs and the colors, the reds all crossing. Bigger reds, smaller greens. Like these ones are all shaping up to do the exact same thing. And it went down through the left shoulder. So this one will probably get somewhere around here. Shit, let's keep playing the guessing game. I'll put the official line. Boom. So I don't, if it does, it'll be like a little bit or maybe a candle wick or something, but I'm predicting even this one's going to go boop, CRF, and then come back down. We'll see. But if any of that was confusing, let me know. I know that I still have no viewers for these videos, so I'm talking to myself right now, but one day maybe that'll change. Here's another good example, the one I'm probably going to buy tomorrow when the market opens. It's bottoming out twice. At the same time, the MACD divergence is going to the upside. If this does cross to the up, this will probably break through the signal line. This broke up here, and it's still staying above my little line here, so it'll break into the green. The color blob will break into the green. Greens are getting bigger. See, tiny green, selling volume. Bigger green, less red. So this green here, I'm thinking at least all the way up to here. And then it'll continue its run. So that's just one way to look at 5 of my 20 indicators and how I use them. Just real quick. But yeah, I'll see you in a week to see how my predictions turned out. So, go fuck yourself.